day trip to Marrakech from Casablanca, a day I'll never forget. 0700 a.m. hitting the road from Casablanca. The morning air in Casablanca was still cool when I climbed into a comfortable, air-conditioned vehicle. My English-speaking driver greeted me with a warm smile and that effortlessly calm Moroccan demeanor. I had my camera in hand, coffee in my travel mug, and a whole day of adventure ahead. As we rolled out of the city and into the Moroccan countryside, I watched the landscapes shift. Wide plains, occasional palm clusters, and dusty roads that hinted at ancient stories. There's something soulful about Morocco's terrain. Even the silence has a kind of rhythm. The drive to Marrakech took about 2.5 hours, and by the time we pulled in, I felt like I had quietly crossed into a new world. Menara Garden, a quiet start in green serenity. Our first stop was the Menara Garden. Imagine a vast olive grove under the morning sun, a large reflective pool, and the snow-capped Atlas Mountains in the background. It felt like time slowed here. I stood at the edge of the water, soaking in the silence. The gentle breeze whispered through the olive trees. It was the perfect way to transition into the city's heart. What struck me most? The symmetry. The way nature and architecture harmonized in quiet confidence. Like Morocco itself. Saadian Tombs. Whispers of the past. Walking into the Saadian Tombs felt like stepping into an uncovered secret. The fine detailing, the Arabic calligraphy, the carved cedar, it was both delicate and grand. My guide explained how this site, hidden behind walls for centuries, was rediscovered in 1917. The idea that I was standing where 16th century royals were laid to rest? Humbling and beautiful. The air was still, and I felt like I was interrupting the whispers of time. Koutoubia Mosque, an icon in the sky. You simply can't miss the Koutoubia Mosque. Its minaret towers over Marrakech like a guardian of the old Medina. We couldn't enter. It's reserved for worshippers, but I circled it, mesmerized. Birds circled lazily around its peak, and locals strolled through the gardens nearby, sipping mint tea or chatting softly. The scent of roses mixed with street food drifting in the air. It was the Morocco I dreamed of, and standing beneath that tower, I felt so very small, in the best way. Bahia Palace, intricacy in every inch. Bahia Palace was, hands down, the most ornate place I saw all day. The name means brilliance, and it delivers. Every inch, tiles, arches, ceilings, was a masterpiece. I kept finding myself touching the carved stucco and painted cedar, just to prove to myself it was real. This was elegance with soul, the kind that tells stories. I could almost hear the rustle of caftans and the distant sound of Andalusian music in the courtyards. Optional lunch, a taste of local spice. I decided to stop at a nearby local restaurant recommended by my guide. It wasn't fancy, just authentic. I had tagine with apricots and lamb, and my taste buds danced. The spices weren't aggressive. They told stories. Every bite felt like a piece of history. And don't get me started on the mint tea. Fresh, warm, sweet, and comforting. The waiter winked as he poured from high above. "For the aroma," he said with a grin. Afternoon, souks and handicraft quarters. Oh, the souks. They're not just markets. They're mazes of dreams. I wandered through alleys bursting with colors, dyed leather, vibrant rugs, hand-beaten brass lamps, the scent of spices mixed with the sweetness of orange blossoms. I bartered for a small lantern, more for the joy of the exchange than the object itself. A little boy offered me a sprig of fresh mint for a dirham. I said yes. There's a pulse here, a rhythm to the madness. It's not just shopping, it's living. Jama el Fna, the grand finale. As the sun began to set, we reached the beating heart of Marrakech, Jama el Fna. It was electric. Snake charmers, henna artists, storytellers, musicians, everything happening at once, yet somehow harmoniously. I stood in the middle, dizzy with delight. The orange sky above and the warm chaos around made my heart thud a little louder. I bought a fresh, squeezed orange juice from a vendor in a cart. It tasted like sunlight. Returned to Casablanca. As the lights of Marrakech faded in the rearview mirror, I leaned back in my seat, exhausted and elated. The ride home was quiet. My mind swirled with the day's colors, scents, and sounds. Summary of the day. A single day, 1,000 impressions. Marrakech wrapped me in wonder. Ancient tombs, ornate palaces, and wild souks. But my favorite moment, standing in Jama el Fna at sunset, feeling completely and blissfully alive.